This episode of the Cucumber Challenge is brought to you by the Right Box Lunchbox.
Yeah, it's like on the normal roads, you have some idiots driving around, and it seems that there's also one driving here.
Those hipsters, I want I said, don't stop talking to me. Don't stop giving me things.
Hello and welcome to Bahrain. This is round 4 of the Cucumber Challenge, a championship where we're driving in a HRT, driving as Narain Karthikeyan, trying to win the world driver's title. Now, I never said this challenge was going to be easy. It's in fact going to be very hard, but here in Bahrain, we've got a decent chance of scoring points. We didn't have the best of rounds in the last race in China, where we stayed out too long on our very first stint of the race and our tyres just fell off the cliff. So I'll be trying to avoid that today. We'll be watching that tyre wear very closely, and we'll actually be starting on fresh tyres because we qualified in 12th place. So we've got a free range in terms of tyres. So as we head out onto the grid, hopefully this time we can get some solid points. Alright, so here we are on the grid of the Bahrain Grand Prix. We're actually running with a new camera for this weekend, so let me know if you like it. But here we go, ready for the start of the race, and away we go here in Bahrain. We've got off to an absolutely flying start. Actually, no, we're not. We're going backwards off the start like we always do. We've dropped another 2 positions, and both the Force Indias are gone. We're going to try and go up the inside of everyone coming into turn 1. And it looks like it's worked out so far. We're down into position 10, so we've made up a couple of places. But it looks like Hamilton getting into the side of Massa there, and they've slowed each other up. An absolute treat there. So I'm going to fly up there inside. Hopefully I've got a little bit more momentum coming into turn 4. And we get Felipe Massa now for position 6. So that's been a very good start here in the Cucumber Challenge here in Bahrain. So I'm looking to continue that momentum and get past Kimi Räikkönen, who gets forced out wide by a Mercedes. I think that was Nico Hülkenberg. Yeah, Nico Hülkenberg. But Nico Rosberg is in front of him. I thought that was the guy who pushed out Räikkönen there, as I keep getting mixed up there. But here we are on lap 5. We're trying to hold off Lewis Hamilton now, who's got a whole lot more speed than me in terms of tyre wear and straight line speed. So it's proving to be very tough to keep these guys behind. But I'm trying to keep this car in a straight line, trying to just push as hard as I can without hurting the tyres too much. But the DRS effect and the straight line slipstream effect is just too much for me to defend with, and we managed to just hold on to Hamilton there as we go back the inside of him again into turn 1. But that's really my only counter attack. It's the the AI breaking early into corners, so I'm going to try and use that as much as I can as I come in now for my first and only stop of this race. We're going to put on a set of prime tyres, and thankfully the drop-off in terms of tyre wear today hasn't been too bad, so hopefully we can make it to the end on our final set of primes here. The pit stop is 3.1 seconds, so another decent pit stop from HRT there. Thankfully we're not in F1 2012 where we have like 5 or 6 second pit stops every time, so thankfully HRT are looking after me this season. But our car pace and relative to the rest of the field is pretty shocking, so we'll need to work on that for the rest of the season, as our teammate and a whole bunch of other cars are coming into the pit lane now. That's going to promote us back into position 6, and we possibly could have got Mark Webber for 5th as well, but his outlap, or in-lap rather, was a lot stronger than what mine was, so he's going to get away, and we'll have to concede just finishing in 6th place in this race at best. But Hamilton is trying to come at us coming into turn 1. We brake later than he does, and we maintain 6th place for now, though. It's only going to be a matter of time before Hamilton is back and attacking us again, so we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. But I've got to save my fuel here too. Bahrain is pretty tough on fuel because there's so many straights on this track, and I tend to be very slow on straights, and I need to put it up into fast all the time just to stay in front of these AI cars, so it's proving to be very tough. We try and go back up the inside of Hamilton. I think I gave him a slight touch there coming in turn 1 as his back end got a bit loose, but we managed to undercut him again and get position 6 back. But now we've got Kimi Räikkönen now, who's trying to go up our inside coming into the middle sector. We go around the outside of him. He just had a compromised line coming into that corner, and we were able to swoop around the outside and get the position back fairly impressively though, because The HRT doesn't have that much aerodynamic performance, so pretty happy with that move, as Vettel does a 133.1, so he's flying at the moment, and I think he might actually be leading this race as well. So Hamilton not having a good day, he's getting caught up behind me, so this is going to cost him big time in the championship, but I don't care about that, to be honest. He's actually going to be one of my rivals, I think, if I want to win this championship, so I'll be eager to keep him behind for as long as I can. And it's the last lap now. Hamilton is trying to have an attack up the inside coming into turn 1, but he backs out of it. Doesn't even go for the move, actually. I think he just settled in behind my car there, so I think he might be doing a cheeky move here, trying to save a bit of curves for maybe later on in the lap. So these AI, artificial intelligence, might actually be using their brain now, so we'll see how that plays out later on in the lap, but I'm just trying to keep this thing in a straight line, try and make sure I don't make any mistakes, and I should be able to maintain track position as Sebastian Vettel takes out this race win. I'm going to try and go around the outside of Hamilton now, coming through the middle sector, and we've maintained that position so far now, and we've only got a couple corners to go now in this race. Vettel sets a fastest lap on the very last lap, so he's just trying to assert his dominance in this race, but we're coming around the final corner now. Coming up to the line, we're going to finish in 6th place, and that's going to be our best result of the season.
Sixth position. Nice drive. Really well done.
Thank you, engineer. It's been a good return to form here in Bahrain, getting 6th place and a solid 8 points for the championship tally. So Sebastian Vettel took out that race win. Our teammate is down in 19th place, 1 minute and 12 seconds behind. But crucially, we've moved forward just a little bit in terms of the championship. Not positional wise though, we're a little bit closer to Nico Hülkenberg and Sergio Perez now. So I think if I can push hard in the next couple of races, I don't think Spain is going to be a good race for me at all because of tyre wear and the high speed nature of that track. But Monaco is the jewel in the crown. I want to get a podium at that track, maybe even a win. We'll have to wait and see. But that's been the Bahrain Grand Prix, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Until the next race in Spain, I'll see you next time.
Tear me apart, watch it burn. Tear me apart, watch it burn. All that's left is a window to my soul. Come and get it.